Welcome to Ascending with Toni Rochelle. I'm your host with the most, and I know you're wondering, what is this platform is about? If you don't know what ascending means to thrive. It means to push yourself through life. That's what ascending means. And I created this platform just for that. Because I want to hear your story of how you ascended. Because I know that I've been ascending my whole entire life. Now today I have a special guest, my first guest of ascending. Her name is Tiff. Now I met this young lady at an event that I was hosting, and I could feel her spirit. You know what I'm talking about? That energy thing. When you have energy, those things go far. A relationship goes wide. You make a connection. And that's what I did with this young lady. And let me tell you, I be all up in her business on her Instagram, and she is a motivator. She is a person that wants the world to be better. And she is a person who has ascended. Yes! I'm so excited to talk to her today. I'm so excited to get in her business. And I know that when you hear a piece of her story, like I have been all up in her business, it might make you heal too. It might make you want to say, oh, if she did it, then I can do it. I can ascend. Just like Toni, just like Tiffany. Yeah, we got TNT on the show today. So we got a lot going on today, y'all. So I hope y'all ready to ascend with Toni Rochelle, the host with the most. Stay tuned.
This world we live in is so unforgiving. We all have setbacks, but the comeback make the biggest difference. Yeah, what doesn't kill you make you more resilient. So even when your world is falling down, you gotta keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending. Oh yeah, gotta keep ascending. Yeah, even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending. Oh yeah, gotta keep ascending. Yeah, even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Her pain is my pain, her struggle's my struggle. Shit. I know how it feels and nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle.
Welcome back to Ascending with Toni Rochelle. I'm your host, and just like I promised you, I got my first guest here, and I'm super excited. What's up, Tiffany?
Hello, pretty Toni. So happy to be here.
I am so blessed and honored that you are here today.
Yes.
Are you ready for me to get up in your business?
I'm ready to give it to you. It ain't nothing I'm not used to, so.
I love it. So first, what I wanted you to do is introduce yourself to the community.
Yes, so I am Tyfanny Guton. I am a personal development assassin, okay, a mindset mentor. I help people see themselves in ways they don't see themselves often, and that's not with using their physical eye, but most importantly, using their mind's eye. So,
I love that.
We're going to get into it.
I'm ready.
The vision we have for ourselves, we just, I have to help people because a lot of times we close our eyes, it's darkness. So I really like to implement the way we see ourselves and how we think. So,
wow, that's deep. You already starting it off.
Yeah.
I might need some tissue. I already feel like I want to cry, and I don't even know nothing yet.
Look, oh my goodness. No, really, it is. It's impacting. It is.
So let me ask you something. Tiffany, how have you ascended through life?
Well, before I even knew I was ascending through life, it was times where I didn't even know that was even possible. A lot of times we are raised, I've been raised to push through certain situations, circumstances, and traumas, so I really wasn't thinking about ascending. I was just like going with the flow until the flow was not flowing no more. Right? And I had to pay attention to the way I was thinking. I always been a spiritual person, paying attention to my, emotions and my actions and the results that I want to have for myself. But it came to a point where I was like, I don't like the way I'm thinking. I know I can pray. I know I can lean on God, but these thoughts is not taking me to a place I desire to be.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where everything really started to change for me.
What was a time like in your life that was like really difficult where you just didn't think that you would ascend, where you just didn't think that you could get through it?
After having my daughter, I had my son first, and he's 8 years old. And when I had my son, it's like, I didn't have a self-reflection really. It was just like, I'm a boy mom. When I had my daughters, when I started to really pay attention to myself and the image that I'm relaying to her, the example that I'm setting for her, and I didn't like it immediately. I was like, no, that's not going to work. So from there, I've always been conscious of like my way of thinking. So I just kept saying to myself, I'm on social media, looking at social media as we do all day. And I said, it's something on here I need, but it's not this. I need to learn. If I'm gonna be on here, you're gonna make me cry already. If I'm gonna be on here, I need to be learning, period. So I subconsciously attracted my coach on social media. And that's where the ball started rolling, really. And when we talk about ascending, it's like we do it all the time, but we're unaware of it.
We do.
You know? And today, right now, ascending means something totally different than what it ever could have meant before. Like walking in here is like, you know, I ain't even walking, I'm floating. You know what I'm saying? The flow is really like, you know, we ain't even stepping. We just flowing literally gracefully with ease into our seasons.
I love that. So let's talk about this, how you got out of ascending, how you ascended when you had your daughter. Like, did you go through postpartum?
Oh, yes.
Did you have fear of being a mom? Like,
oh, yes.
What was the?
With my son, I definitely went through separation anxiety, definitely had postpartum, and the type of person, I'm like the strong friend. So no one's really checking in on me. They're like, she got it, whatever she's going through. I put a smile on my face no matter what I'm going through. You know, I don't project the depths of me. I try not to project the depths of me, especially when they're not in a good space, onto other people, especially in my environment. So, you know, a lot of people would not think that I was mentally thinking the things that I was thinking and feeling. So they didn't even know to reach out to me. So I was alone after having my son, and then, you know, pushing through. We have moments of happiness and stuff, but the depths of us, our initial way of thinking, our initial way of feeling don't always be healthy. Yeah. So, after having my daughter, I was like, something got to change, and that's all I know. Like, change everything. I don't even want to rely on my own self. So I seen a video. Of Coach Stormy, and she said, sometimes we got to tell ourselves to shut the F up. And it triggered me. I was like, hey, that's exactly how I feel. Like, I'm tired of my thoughts. I don't want to, you know, thinking these thoughts that's not in alignment with where I desire to be.
So was it postpartum that was happening, or? I
never medically went and got like diagnosed for postpartum, but I'm pretty sure that's something I definitely experienced. And with depression, I definitely experienced depression, but for me, it's like depression came because I wasn't satisfied with my self results. My expectations for myself was high, and I wasn't feeling like I was meeting those expectations, especially with becoming a mother. So I've been with my partner for 16 years. We have our first son, he's 8. So we've been together for plenty of years before we had children, and everybody was all on our back. When y'all gonna have kids? When y'all gonna have kids? When y'all gonna have kids? I always wanted to be a mother. So when it actually happened, it was more than what I expected. Yeah. You know, especially we experienced homelessness with my son when, like, the first 2 years of his life, we was homeless. And, you know, we was working, but things like income, credit, making 3 times the rent in California, those type of things was holding us back from actually next leveling.
Whew. Okay, we gonna stop right there because we getting heavy. We'll be right back. I'm Toni Rochelle, your host, and don't go nowhere.
Are you looking for LED video walls, pro audio, lighting, or Hammond organ service?
The world can be yours. Our goal at OtterPro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
Welcome back to Ascending with Toni Rochelle, and we about to keep it juicy right here because Tiffany is letting it in.
Yes.
So I'm sorry I had to cut you out. We got to pay the bills around here and go to commercial.
Yes.
But you was getting into some heavy stuff.
Yes. So I want to continue with the depression after having babies, because I know that's something that a lot of us as women experience, and we do keep pushing through. And sometimes what I really realize is that a lot of things that I was doing was unhealthy. Like, depression is a term that they throw out there, but I want to get to the root of the problem. Mm-hmm. And the root of the problem was my way of thinking. Mm-hmm. So I've been through a lot of things. I've been, homeless. I've dealt with separation anxiety from my children, from my partner that I've been with for 16 years. I mean, I've been raised only child with a single mother.
Wow.
Yeah, and that has its flaws, but also it taught me how to be a mother, compassionate, loving, and to also pull through and overcome,
Did you have those things growing up from your parents?
From my mom, my dad is not really in my life at all growing up. Mm-hmm. Like, in and out, not to have an example or a figure as a father, totally not. My mother was everything as far as a representation as a parent.
I love that.
Yeah, so she did a wonderful job. Like, she protected me. I was always very quiet, passive, you know what I'm saying? And once I came out of that, it was like people don't expect you to be different than what they know you to be. So once I came out of that stage, a lot of people was like, Tiffany thinks like this, and she thinks she's all of that, but it's like, I have to take care of myself. We have to take care of the way we think, the way we feel, in order to love and pour into anybody, especially our children.
Who told you to be like this? Who told you that you needed to be that way?
Which way?
Who told you that you needed to bloom and be a different person? Because you said that people didn't expect for you to be a certain way. Yeah,
I did. I just felt like, I was very spiritual, so I always studied chakras, meditation, herbs, affirmations, speaking over my life. I always practiced those type of things, but it wasn't shifting me. I wasn't feeling growth and elevation. Mm-hmm. Even when I looked into the mirror, it would still be that dull, ashy darkness.
So did something specifically happen to make you want to have this change?
Just having my daughter, really the insight, the insight of seeing my precious baby, and just knowing being in a relationship is traumatizing, crying, screaming, dealing with parents trying to tell you what to do, trying to find your way. I didn't feel like I always looked like light. I feel like I looked heavy and dark. You know what I'm saying? You look depressed. I look unhappy. I look unhealthy. And that was really triggering. That's something I've seen a lot in my life, not just from my own mother, who worked endlessly, doubles, back to back, to take care of me. I don't want to struggle to love my family. I don't want to take it and it deprive me of my energy, my emotions, my value. You know what I'm saying? So it was serious. In order to be the mother I desire to be, healthy, I have to change the way I think. And that's just, I don't know how I came across that. I feel like it's always been in me, because I always paid attention.
It's okay.
I always paid attention to, I had to breathe so I can get the words out. I always paid attention to my thoughts. I don't know why. I grew up in church, but the environment didn't feel like it was a place I needed to be to express myself or to speak up. That's not something I always did.
Yeah.
I just started really, once I understood the value of speaking over my life, I was able to do that publicly,
So it sounded like that little baby girl. And I don't know, but I'm just kind of assuming that that baby girl, when you looked at her, maybe you was looking at yourself?
Possibly. Because I actually did work also, looking in the mirror. I did mirror work. And that was a whole nother experience. That really, because I already had my mind made up that my way of thinking was not going to work. So whatever thoughts that told me not to do the meditation, not to speak over my life, not to watch the meditation, because I had a coach. So she was going live, and she was at Tony Robbins events. Yeah. She went to Cambodia, and she was sharing it for free on live. And I made sure I tapped in. I said, it's so many things, but I'm going to say this.
Say it.
That phone frequency is huge, because when you think of people and they call your phone, It's something that we don't see that's happening. So I used that. I had that mindset. I said, if I could think about somebody and they call my phone, then I can learn whatever this lady has shared with me through this phone is going to impact my life. I'm going to absorb it at a high frequency. And it just started to unravel from there. So when I did the mirror work, I did have to talk to that little girl in the mirror.
And how was that?
Yeah, I had to apologize because I found out that it felt like I'm 31. So this transition been happening for the past 3 years. So I was about 28, 29 when all this really started happening. And I just felt like I've been dragging my younger self through my adulthood. And that's why I say, I'm tired. I'm tired. I can't take no more. I'm just tired. She wanted to be put to rest. She like put me in the back, put me in the theater. Let me watch. It's not my season no more. Set me to the side, baby. It's time for you to step up. The person that you desire to be in this season has to come forth.
Oh my God. Okay, we gotta take another commercial break. It's getting deeper and deeper. We'll be back. Don't go nowhere.
Look, you asked for it.
I did. My voice over, I'm like, don't cry.
Are you looking for LED video walls, pro audio, lighting, or Hammond organ service?
The world can be yours. Our goal at Pro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
Welcome back to Ascending with Toni Rochelle, and we still here with my girl Tiffany.
Hello.
Getting all up in her business, her making me all emotional, and I want to know some more.
Yes. So so this is my first time being here in this type of energy and environment, and that alone is ascending for me. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I'm just so honored to be here, and it just makes me realize that everything that I did learn, all the practices, all the principles, all the mentors and coaches that I've learned from, all the guidances spiritually, you know what I'm saying, has really brought me here to this moment.
Yeah.
So everything I'm gonna share with people today, it is very impactful to change your life so that you can be here or wherever you see yourself, period. So after I did the mirror work, I had to sit down and do meditation. The little girl in me was like, girl, put me to the side. And I was like, all right, I got you. Don't worry about it. We cried about it, look deep in the eyes, the parts of us that we don't like to see often, that we try to cut off and hide, went there with the little girl in me. And it turned out to be like, thank you. Now we get to rest and go do your big one. We're going to support you. If you ever need us, come on back. You feel me? Tap in. We watching, we guiding, and let's go. So that's where it went from there. I started reading books, and not just reading them. The most important part about what I did is the subconscious activity. So I made sure when I did learn from my coach, her name is Coach Stormy Wellington, the bomb. She looks like us, a representation of, you feel me? Yeah, so I definitely connected with her. And the things that I learned from Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Miles Monroe, these are all leaders and teachers on YouTube. So I went to YouTube for free. I didn't have to spend any money to shift my mindset.
University.
You know what I'm saying? If you really want it, you just got to go and get it and find it. So what I did was, as I washed the dishes, as I cleaned up, I subconsciously played those audios on YouTube. And I listened to them for 30 days. I learned from Tony Robbins. It takes 90 days to really change yourself. So I spent 90 days listening to audio. I stopped watching TV, stopped listening to music, stopped doing all that.
That's a lot of discipline.
I didn't even realize that I was disciplining myself. I just wanted the change so bad. I was ready to give it all up, sacrifice it all.
So it sounds like you told yourself that you was going to be intentional.
I was very intentional without even having the awareness, see? And that's what I want to get into too, because a lot of things that we do, we don't have mindfulness and awareness. So we're just doing things and we're not actually applying the mindfulness and the awareness of our environment, of our situations, the experiences that we're having. We just is in robot mode, you know?
But the thing is that when you're in a situation of trying to ascend, the first thing you do is think negative.
Oh, yes.
Of okay, I lost my job. So how I'm going to pay my bills?
Yeah. Yes. And that's what it's a balance. And that's what is tricky with life, because we need darkness. It wouldn't be no stars without the darkness. You know, the stars can't shine without that darkness. We have to have the balance, but it's all about the overcoming. You know, we have to overcome, and sometimes we don't overcome in a healthy manner, which leads to other things. And that's my number one. You know, you have your question. I have my number one question I ask people, and is their way of thinking healthy or unhealthy? Their initial way of thinking, not the way you have to after you have that thought, you have to pray about it or change the way you think. Your initial way of thinking, is it healthy or unhealthy? Would you consider? You know what I'm saying? That's just where I get people to really sit with themselves. Wait a minute, let me pay attention to, you know, how I'm talking to myself, because it is so important, the words we say to ourselves, whether that's, you know, out loud or in our mind.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know. I'm working on talking
I
to
know,
myself
he's
better.
on your back. And I love it. Exactly.
It's a human nature thing to just go negative for whatever reason.
It's a conditioning. We've been conditioned and programmed. Our mind is like a computer. We all have this program, and sadly, you know, I'm writing an ebook right now about
Congratulations.
it. Yes, I'm trying to get people to really understand the subconscious activity and how a lot of what we absorb visually, the things that we hear, you know what I'm saying, the environments, the experiences, they program us. The movies, the music, all those things really program us, and we listen to it repeatedly. It's like we're consistent with the negative and unhealthy way of life, instead of being consistent with the healthy ways of life. And then, you know, when we're trying to change, it's like the consistency really matters, because we're already programmed with the consistency of this certain type of way. So our heart and our mind start to communicate, and once we've been programmed in a certain type of way, when we defer that, our mind is like, as soon as you have one small thought that's on the other side of what it's going to go with that, because that's what it's used to. That's what it's programmed to do. So you have to keep fighting and fighting and fighting. Don't let the negative thoughts overcome you more than the positive thoughts, because they will. That's their job.
Gosh, you have been such a delight today. Before we get ready to get out of here, I need you to tell the people where to follow you. Tell them who you are, what you do for community. Yes. So I have a Blueprint to Your Success vision board party coming up. And like I said, it's really all about how you see yourself. It's not really about goals and putting your goals on the paper. It's about envisioning how you walk, how you talk, how you show up in environments, how you show up in spaces outside of partying. You know, how do you show up in a space where you're going to learn, where you need to set a proper example? You know what I'm saying? How do you show up? You can be a mother, you can be anybody. You don't need nobody to give you credentials or certify you. You certify yourself with the knowledge and the way you think. Show up. Y'all heard what Tiffany said. Show up. We'll be back with Toni Rochelle.
Are you looking for LED video walls, pro audio, lighting, or Hammond organ service?
The world can be yours. Our goal at Otter Pro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. What do I see? What do I see? Depression, hurt, tired. It's time for a change. It's time for the change for me to be ascending through what I'm going through. It's time to change that picture because my mother was a single mother and she did all she could do to take care of me. Me being the only child, where could I go? Mirror, mirror on the wall. I see me, but I don't recognize me. I'm not comfortable with me. That's not who I'm supposed to be. This is not the way I'm supposed to feel. I don't like this feeling. I don't recognize myself and I don't want to be this person. Mirror, mirror on the wall, where's the light? Shine the light on me because I need the light. It's dark in here. I can't see. I can't see. Get me out of here. Mirror, mirror on the wall. This is not me. This is not me. This is not who I'm supposed to be. The change has to come now. Now. Don't you see the little baby girl? Don't you see her in me? Don't you see the baby boy? Don't you see him in me? Because mirror, mirror on the wall, I don't recognize myself. I don't like this feeling. I don't like being here. The change must come. The change will come. I will ascend. I will keep pushing. I will keep thriving. I will get through this moment. No TV, no friends, no distraction, no social media, just me and you. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I need to recognize myself. I need happiness. I need strength. I can do this because I'm powerful. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I don't recognize myself in this time. It's time for a change. I'm shutting down. I'm shutting down. Daddy, where you at? You did a good job, Mama, but Daddy, where you at? I don't recognize myself and I don't like this feeling that I'm going through. The change must come. The change must come. I will. I can ascend. I will ascend. I will ascend through what it is that comes above me, that tries to tear me down, that tries to shake me all the way around. I will. I will. So mirror, mirror on the wall. Thank you for the light. Keep ascending.
This world we live in is so unforgiving. We all have setbacks, but the comeback make the biggest difference. Yeah, what doesn't kill you make you more resilient. So even when your world is falling down, you gotta keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending. Oh yeah. Gotta keep ascending. Yeah. Even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending. Oh yeah. Gotta keep ascending. Yeah. Even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Her pain is my pain. Her struggle's my struggle. Shit. I know how it feels and nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle.